What's going on, guys? It is Mason of Delphina here today, talking about the best and worst of Nintendo's E3 conferences over the years. With me, I have a very special friend of mine here to talk about it, all the good, all the bad that Nintendo's gave us throughout the years at the Electronic Entertainment Expo. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yo, what's up guys? I'm RogueSquirtle, or my name's Drew, and I really like Nintendo and all sorts of stuff that Nintendo does, so I'm really excited to be with Mason, talk about our favorite and worst moments of Nintendo E3s from the past.
If you guys want to go check out Drew's channel, he does a lot of Nintendo streams and just other content on his channel, so definitely go check him out, link in the description. So Drew, how are you today? You ready for E3, man?
I am so hyped for E3. I can't wait. You know, the Switch came out, so now we're expecting big things from Nintendo. A lot of big things E3 wise. So I can't like in E3, I can't wait for all these Switch releases, and maybe even they touch on the new Nintendo 2DS, like the 2DS XL, even though that's obviously not even nearly as hyped as like anything Switch related, but like it'd be interesting how they go about with that. With the 2DS XL, with all the Switch hype, like Switch games and software and all sorts of stuff like that.
Right. I think it's going to be like for this conference in general, they're actually doing a Nintendo Spotlight this year, which is pretty different, I think.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's in the lines of like the likes of Nintendo Direct or something like that. So, I mean, we'll just have to wait and see. But over the years, you know, they've had some pretty good days, they've had some pretty bad ones. So, I don't know. But, dude, E3 it's soon. Right? It's like so soon. And is it not like Christmas to you as well, or is that just me?
Honestly, no, it's the best feeling. E3, not even just Nintendo, but like in the gaming world in general, it is so hype. It is like it is Christmas. That's the best way to describe it. It's the best feeling. It's Christmas.
It's like a Christmas for a nerd. You know, I love it. And I mean, I've been keeping in touch with it for like the last 7 years, I think. Maybe 5 or 6 years. It's just crazy though, like you learn all these new things about, you know, oh, this game's coming out, oh, this game's new, here it is, here's the unveiling, and like Nintendo does a lot of that. Every company does. But dude, okay, I just gotta throw this out here. I really think, I want to talk about the best E3 real quick, because the worst is kind of like where we can kind of roast them a little bit, but we gotta give them credit where it's due, you know what I mean? So for me, I think E3 2013 was really good, actually, but you know, it's just over the course of the years, that's the one I remember the most, because they had Smash Bros. There, they had Mario Kart 8, Super Mario 3D World, Pokemon X and Y, Wind Waker HD, even though they announced that earlier that year, and then Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. Dude, I mean, do you remember watching that one?
For sure, I do. And I'd also like to say one of my favorite E3s was when they unveiled the Super Mario 64. That was like revolutionary, and
oh, definitely.
I think if they did something with that, how the Switch is completely different console from the Xbox and the PS4. Like obviously it's completely different, but it's revolutionary when they did the Super Mario 64 unveiling. And if they just like keep up the hype that the Switch was kind of like that in a way that it's different, it's revolutionary. So if they could keep up that hype with what they're gonna unveil at E3, I think that's what they have to do. That's the direction that Nintendo has to like. They have expectations, really high expectations for this E3, and they really got to keep that up, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they finally have a head on straight. I've been saying this so many times. It's just like they know what they're doing. I feel like they're putting all this charm into these games that we've been wanting for years now that we didn't really have with the Wii U. You know, they kind of just skipped a generation from like the Wii to the Switch now. And while that's all fine and dandy, the Wii U owners kind of feel a little left out, I would think. If I didn't have a Switch, I would definitely. But for me, it's just like, I really think they have their head in the right direction now, because look at Zelda, look at like Odyssey, that looks exciting, that looks new and fresh, and at the same time it's themed in the likes of like Super Mario 64 and Sunshine. Like that's amazing. I think like the open worldness of it is what I'm really looking forward to personally. But they've just had some really good times, really bad.
Sorry to interrupt, but you reminded me when you talked about Zelda, I want to bring up the 2004 E3 when they revealed Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess for the GameCube. That was when Miyamoto came out and he had on the Hyrulean shield, and he had the Master Sword, and it was just, it's kind of like that feeling, how that was a real, like, they went from Wind Waker, which is like a cartoonish style. I'm not saying that it's a kid's game in any way, because I love Wind Waker, but it was a more cartoonish style, to like this 3D game like that's kind of more for, I wouldn't say an adult audience, but more of like a grown up audience, in a sense, that like it's that kind of hype that we're having right now with Breath of the Wild, and like the whole Zelda scene for the Switch. That's what they're kind of going for. And if they keep up, like, I keep saying it, but they have a lot of expectations, you know. Nintendo's got a lot of expectations.
Definitely. I mean, they've already confirmed that we're definitely here about Odyssey. They already mentioned that. I thought I heard something about Xenoblade maybe being talked about and stuff. Just general, yeah, like this year, you're right. There's a lot of things people want to see from them and are expecting. And I mean, while predictions are predictions, we can't really make any right now because it's, you know, it's so soon. But, you know, it's just like, I really think it's going to go well. But like, okay, if it goes well, what about the times it didn't, you know? And for me, you keep mentioning like older E3s. I watched from 2012, I think, and on, so I really can't say much about it. But from what I have seen, there's a lot that I want to talk about, you know, or that a lot that I have to say rather. E3 2015 was the worst one I've seen in those 6-ish years so far.
Yeah.
Right? Do you remember that one? It was, they had the Nintendo Direct, and it was like, that was where they showed Amiibo Festival. You remember that, don't you?
Yeah, everyone was complaining about that. Twitter was on a rampage. It was,
oh my gosh, dude.
Good.
I was so disappointed. Like, if you watch my live reaction, it was from like 2 years ago, obviously, because it was 2015. I was so chubby-faced, and I was so hyped to, like, oh my gosh, it's a new Animal Crossing. I was like screaming into the camera before I realized.
That was my reaction exactly. I was watching that, and I was so hyped, because I've loved Animal Crossing since I was, like, super, super little. And then Amiibo Festival. Ew. I just went, ew. Right. I was like, no, this is not what we want. This is not what, I don't think, like, I don't want to say that not everyone wanted it, but, like, not everyone, like, nobody wanted it. Like,
right, yeah, nobody asked for it.
We wanted Animal Crossing.
Yeah, and, like, it's kind of like you, like, I was looking at the footage, and I saw the board. I saw the spaces, and it did not register that it was a board game, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there like, oh my gosh, this is a new Animal Crossing. I'm freaking out, dude, like. And then all of a sudden it's Amiibo. I'm like, wait, what is this? It was so disappointing. Like, that one thing right there literally just sank my expectations from years on. But this time I'm excited. I feel like they have megatons ready to drop, you know?
Yeah.
And I mean, this is it. This is their year. They need to get back on their feet. They need to kind of get the Switch's name out. And E3 is the perfect place to do it. You know?
For sure, and like, they can't do something like, they can't, I think what they did with the Switch is much better than what they did in 2011 with the Wii U. How basically when they unveiled the Wii U, like back when they unveiled it, it looked like a controller for the Wii. But with the Switch, everyone knows that's a new console. Everyone's been talking about it. Like, people know, people are aware. It's on their radars. Sony and Microsoft fans, like, they're kind of worrying because they see the Switch and it's doing very well. Like the Switch isn't just another Nintendo gimmick. It's here to stay, and I'm really excited for that.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely something new. People are, like you said, they're all excited about it, and there's a lot of buzz right now. Nintendo's done so well with it as of, like, this point, which is great, and I'm happy for them for that. But, like, just think, though, like, if they had okay, personally, E3 2013 was my favorite one so far that I've seen. Even though we had confirmation that we would see the new 3D Mario and Smash Bros. And all that stuff, we still saw them, and it was still super exciting.
Yeah, very hype.
Yeah, and, like, I think just in terms of the worst, you know, like I said, I only have these few years to go off of, but E3 2015, they need to have decent things to announce, really. That's what it boils down to. But if you have a game like Happy Home Designer, another Animal Crossing for 3DS, like, that didn't get me excited. Federation Force, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got excited for that, but it was because it was new to me. Yeah. Metroid is not new to a lot of people, so they're like, what is this thing? You know?
Yeah.
Nintendo actually sent me that game, I have to say that, but it's just like, I enjoyed it, you know, personally, and I wouldn't mind, I'm not gonna say I wouldn't mind another one, but I'd rather have one in the traditional aspect that people know it as, you know, so I can enjoy it how they did, in a way. But, like, I don't even know. It's just like they know how to create momentum. They know how to make it exciting. And every year, it's kind of a tradition now, except for this year because I'll actually be at E3 in Los Angeles. Every year I usually go to McDonald's and get the big like breakfast platter, and then eat it right before E3, right before the stuff starts. Yeah, it's just like, it's something fun to do, and it just started out one day. I was in town, so I grabbed it real quick, but I did it last year, and I was gonna do it this year until I got the invite, and like, I'm gonna keep that tradition if I can, but that's only if I'm like watching it from home. It's something just funny, you know, but like, they just know how to make it an enjoyable time overall. And like, I really think they do a good job with like their skits and stuff, you know what I mean? That's another thing that kind of adds a lot of depth to it.
Except for in 2008 when they did the Wii music unveiling. Have you ever seen that before?
Yes, I have.
That,
oh my gosh.
They had to apologize for that, you know, because that was the most cringeworthy, awful, whatever you want to say about that. Even Miyamoto, oh god, Miyamoto went out there. What was he on? He had the saxophone one. Oh no. They're recreating the Mario theme music like by button smashing and shaking around their Wii remotes. Oh no. Like, as much as I love Nintendo skits, that was, I hope they never ever try something like that again. I don't think they will, but like, man.
I feel like they might have learned. I mean, I remember that. That was crazy though. Like, I mean, I've seen videos from back then and stuff. I didn't know E3 was a thing at that time. But like, oh my gosh, yeah, I've seen that. It is pretty cringe. But like, it makes it special in a way. You can look back and remember it, you know? And like, one of my other favorite things about their skits were like, well, not even just at E3, but in like Nintendo Directs and stuff too, you know? But like, at E3, they had the Nintendo Muppets in E3 2015, I think? Or was it? Yeah, it was No, it was 2015. Yeah, they had the Iwata, Miyamoto, and Reggie Fils-Aimé puppets, and that was really cool to see. And that was actually the last E3 that Iwata was a part of, in some form. So, I mean, may he rest in peace and all, but, I mean, just in general, that was one that a lot of people were generally overall disappointed with, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that was, you know, we got some decent things there. We got Star Fox Zero announcement and stuff, I believe. But it's just like, a lot of people were expecting more from it, and I mean, just in general, it was kind of a more mellow kind of, here's what we have for now kind of thing.
Yeah, more a laid back. It's like a laid back announcement of what they have, not necessarily getting you pumped up for something revolutionary. And it doesn't even have to be revolutionary, but something just like cool that people want in general, you know?
Right, yeah. Something people have been requesting for a while or something, or, you know, something small even, just kind of a twist on it, like a Mario Party game. Something simple as that, you know? Yeah. I mean, generally Mario Party isn't the best anymore, but I got excited when I saw Star Rush, so, you know, I mean, it just depends on what they talk about and how they go about it. But, like, whenever they introduce things in a way, like they did with, like, Pikmin 3 at E3 2012, Miyamoto was actually back on set, I believe, and then he started walking onto the front stage, and all the Pikmin followed him, and one got in his coat pocket, or something like that.
That was very good. I love that.
Yeah, like little things like that. Like, they get you excited. You kind of expect some kind of announcement from it now, you know, so-and-so, you know what's going to happen. Oh, obviously, there's Pikmin 3 here. Awesome, you know. Kind of get you excited. But then there's, like, the Smash reveal trailers. Oh, my gosh, dude. If they did something like that for E3, just even for the games, you know, as a whole game, here's a launch trailer, and like, the setup as, like, the Smash reveals. Yeah. That would be epic, I feel like. And those things got people hyped.
People will be hyped. So hyped for those.
And, like, they had the Mii Fighter thing at E3 2014, I think, with Iwata and Reggie. And that was when they were battling it out because Mii's were playable.
Yeah.
You know, that's just like little things like that. I love seeing them get into the on the action.
Yeah.
Because that's not something you really see much of, other than, oh, hey, here's a trailer and back to the stage. You know, it releases this date, and they never really get involved like Nintendo does, and I love to see them do that. But you know, in general, I just feel like they need to kind of get their head on straight. I feel like they're in the right direction. I really do.
They are, yes. As of lately with the Nintendo Directs, like everyone's been so hyped for those. They haven't been disappointing. Like I don't think Nintendo's been disappointing lately. Like I don't want to say that everyone was like, for everything they do, everyone's disappointed for the Wii U, like the Wii U's lifetime. But like, it was not as hyped up as the Switch is. I feel like the Switch movement is just like everyone as a community. I feel like the Nintendo community strengthened itself again lately.
Right. And I mean, there's just been a lot of hype around Nintendo in general with the Switch too. And like the Switch line in New York with C&D and Triforce. And just a lot of things have kind of just brought people together.
Yeah.
And I love seeing it, don't get me wrong. But why couldn't it have been this way forever? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely magic in the air right now. I'm excited to see what happens about a week and a half from now or so. You know, Nintendo's got their game on, I feel like. So hopefully that ends up well. We can have another thing to talk about later on down the road. Well, if you guys enjoyed this, be sure to leave a like. Go check out Drew's channel. He makes a lot of fun stuff, as I mentioned. Let us know your favorite and least favorite things from your favorite E3 or your worst E3, in your opinion, from Nintendo. Thank you so much for watching, and we will talk to you next time.
Peace.